Hohokam culture.
Once upon a time, the Hohokam culture reigned supreme in the scorching heat of the American Southwest. These folks were no ordinary prehistoric civilization. They had something special up their sleeves in their fields. They tamed the unforgiving desert by conjuring an ingenious irrigation system that turned barren lands into thriving farmlands. Talk about making lemonade out of cacti. The Hohokam, with their brilliant engineering minds, created an intricate web of canals that stretched over 110,000 acres by 1,300. That's like building a labyrinth to lead thirsty crops to the promised land of hydration. Not an easy feat, but these desert wizards pulled it off with style. So, what did this mean for the Hohokam society? It meant life flourished like a saguaro in springtime. With plenty of crops, their population boomed, and their communities grew larger and more organized than a pack of tumbleweeds in a sandstorm. And all that surplus grub wasn't just good for their bellies, it also opened doors for trade and friendly neighborhood chats between villages. Picture Hohokam society as one big, happy, extended family reunion. They stuck together like glue, clustering their houses in cozy residential areas. It was like playing musical chairs, but instead of chairs, they had homesteads. And this tight-knit community didn't stop at sharing their homes, they shared resources and chores as well. It was communal living at its finest, an ancient precursor to those trendy co-living spaces you see nowadays. And if you think the Hohokam were all work and no play, think again. They knew how to throw a good party. Community gatherings at ball courts and temple mounds were all the rage, where they'd bond, trade stories, and probably exchange a few jokes about the weather they were having. These shindigs weren't just for fun, they also played a crucial role in keeping those social bonds strong and facilitating village matchmaking. But life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, especially not in the desert. Hohokam's story takes a tragic turn as we approach the 1200s. Suddenly, they vanish from the archaeological record like a mirage in the distance. Cue the ominous music and bewildered archaeologists scratching their heads. Theories abound. Was it floods, salty fields, maybe a bit of old-fashioned warfare? Those are all contenders, but recent studies have an alternative tale. They propose that a gnarly drought in the Four Corners area caused folks to grab their water bottles and migrate southward, leaving behind their once thriving lands. The tale of the Hohokam has a timeless message for us modern folks. Their engineering marvels showcase the human spirit's resilience and ability to conquer even the harshest environments. They mastered the art of squeezing the life out of a stone and turning it into a blossoming oasis. But, as with all good stories, there's a moral tucked away in the enigmatic collapse of the Hohokam civilization. It's a cautionary tale, reminding us not to take Mother Nature for granted. She whispers, you with the fancy irrigation systems, don't forget about me. Our complex societies, just like the Hohokam, rely on delicate balances with nature. Ignore those balances, and we may find ourselves scribbling our archaeological mysteries for future generations to unravel. Ultimately, the Hohokam leaves us with a legacy worth cherishing. Their ingenuity and unity are a shining beacon of hope in the arid desert of history. Let's learn from their achievements, respect our environment, and write a sustainable and brilliant future like the Hohokam once were.